School uniforms. Used by most private schools, they deter crime, make students more professional and focused on their learning, amongst other benefits. Now public schools are seeing the benefits of them, and 1 in 5 public schools in the US have now implemented school uniforms. This is Evergreen Middle School. In this school, there are no school uniforms. Most students in this school like the absence of uniforms. Despite this, there are still many benefits of school uniforms, including being more equitable for poorer families, deterring crime, and keeping students focused on learning. Others might say that uniforms restrict the students' First Amendment rights, but students don't even have full First Amendment rights when in school. First of all, school uniforms are on average cheaper than normal clothes. On average, a set of school uniform outfits per year per child is just under $130. However, according to the USDA, in 1 year the average family spends over $700 for clothing per child. Some might say that families don't need to spend that much money on clothes for their children, and that they can buy cheap clothes instead. This brings me to my next point. Without school uniforms, kids can be bullied for wearing worse or cheaper clothes than other kids. With school uniforms, this greatly reduces the problem because everyone wears the same clothes. The deputy headmaster at Harrow School in the UK said, "Whatever they bring to our school, they all come together on equal footing to be identified and judged by their character and contribution alone." This shows that school uniforms do actually make a difference in terms of bullying. In addition to reducing bullying, school uniforms can also reduce crime in schools. According to the US Department of Justice, school uniforms enable school officials to recognize school intruders. This means that if a school shooter enters a school, it will be easier for staff members to notice them and call emergency services, potentially saving lives. In addition, school uniforms also reduce crime rates in and around the school itself. When the Long Beach, California school district implemented school uniforms, they reported fights and muggings dropped by 50% and discipline referrals dropped by 42%. In the late 1990s, the debate on school uniforms was a big debate, and then President Bill Clinton said, "If it means teenagers will stop killing each other over designer jackets, then our public schools should be able to require their students to wear school uniforms." Another benefit of school uniforms is that they help students focus on learning. With school uniforms, students don't need to spend any time in the morning deciding what to wear. According to the superintendent of the Lyndhurst School District, their school uniform policy greatly reduced the number of students running late each day. School uniforms also help students focus more in school, because students look and feel more professional while wearing school uniforms. Finally, some may say that school uniforms restrict the students' freedom of expression, because students express themselves with the clothes they wear. However, this is not true for many reasons. First of all, a study was done on the implementation of school uniforms in a few middle schools in Nevada. When surveyed, the majority of students agreed that the school uniforms didn't restrict their identity and expression. Furthermore, students in the United States aren't guaranteed full First Amendment rights, including the freedom of expression. In the closing statements of the Supreme Court case Tinker v. Des Moines Independent Community School District, Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart wrote that children are not necessarily guaranteed the full extent of First Amendment rights. Freedom of expression falls under the First Amendment rights, so it is not guaranteed for students in school. So if every student gave up the small right of wearing what they want to school, there would be so many benefits to the common good, including reduced crime rate throughout the entire community the school is in.